Well, it's the day you've all been waiting for. It's January 26, 2022, the date marked in history that we were going to start coming out of this pandemic and getting back to normal. So as a result of that and inflation that is completely out of control, the Bank of Canada's response today in order to get everything back to normal was to do nothing. Now, I'm going to be the first one to say here that I am not an economist at all, nor am I a financial advisor in any way. So I can't sit here to tell you what impact this is all going to have on the economy or what you should do with your own money. But I am a real estate agent and have been licensed since 2008. So I do feel that I am qualified to tell you what I think is going to happen in the real estate market as a result of the Bank of Canada doing nothing. If you would like to stay up to date on Canadian real estate and particularly my marketplace here in Surrey, BC, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you need help selling your property here in Surrey or anywhere across the Fraser Valley, you can book a call with me right down below in the description. But you probably won't, because as a result of today's announcement, your house is just growing in value the longer you stay there. Maybe that's why there's no inventory. And if you are a big fan of making money more expensive again and think my stupid opinion should get out to more people, please make sure to go ahead and click the like button for the YouTube algorithm. That is the best way you can help me grow this channel and help push this information out to other people just like you. All right, let's get into it and find out what the BOC or Bank of Canada really said today. And what I gathered from their press conference, and I did watch it, was that rates must go up. In fact, the governor of the Bank of Canada, Tiff Macklem, actually said that the Bank of Canada must increase rates in order to start to curb inflation, and then immediately didn't. And then slightly saying something different at the exact same time, it's the Bank of Canada's projections that inflation will
probably mostly fix itself by about October.
So the inflation we've seen upwards of 7% has dropped to about 4.5%. And by October, when supply chains return to normal, they're expecting that it will drop down to 3%, which is still higher than the target, but not that bad. Well, my opinion is that this is an absolute misstep by the Bank of Canada. But what should we expect? They said this is the way it was going to be when they did their last announcement back in December. And back then, they reiterated that the housing crisis that is currently going on all across the country is the problem of the government and not of the Bank of Canada or their monetary policy. Okay, so now we know what they did or didn't do, basically. How is that going to affect the real estate market from today on? Well, as Warren Buffett says, interest rates are like gravity for assets, meaning that if interest rates stay very low, then the price or the valuation of an asset can basically increase to infinity. And home prices are going to continue to fly off into outer space and, as they say, go to the moon as a result of money not getting more expensive. And as an example of that, check out this BC box that sold in Newton for over $1.9 million this week. That home would have been less than $950 last year. Then Tiff went on to say that even though he thinks inflation is going to magically cure itself by about October,
then an increase of rates would actually help that process happen a heck of a lot faster.
But it appears right now the Bank of Canada is going to continue to follow their new mandate handed to them, as I mentioned earlier, by the federal government back in December. So the gist of it is no rate increase means prices on real estate will continue to increase. Great for me as a homeowner, as a real estate investor, as an investor in the stock market, and also as a real estate agent whose income is tied to a percentage of a home sale. Bad for you if you're trying to get into the market. Bad for you if you don't own any assets, and really, really bad for you if you're having trouble paying your bills because inflation could stop now, but they're choosing not to. So, sorry folks. Everything's going up, at least for now. But there is still hope with 2 more rate announcements coming this spring, both on March 2nd and April 13th. It is my hope that in either March or April, they introduce their first quarter point increase. And if we're lucky, they do it again on June 1st. Again, a quarter point at a time. This will help the market come to a nice soft landing, albeit at extremely high altitudes that we had never before imagined. But what do I think could happen after hearing this morning's stupidity? Well, I think there's a very good chance that the Bank of Canada is going to wait till their first summer announcement in order to actually raise rates on July 13th. Hey, that's my birthday. And if that happens, I think it will be a total fail. Maybe I'll get a market crash for my birthday. If they wait that long, I believe they will actually react too far and turn interest rates up by a full half point in the summer instead of doing a quarter point now and a quarter point a little bit later. And if they do that, it would likely crash everything price-wise from this point forward. So it's my personal belief that one small increase now and one small increase in June would be the best possible case for the housing market. But I really can't say I know what it would do to any other part of the economy. I have no idea because I'm not an expert in that. Again, I don't understand all aspects of the economy, job creation, or trade. I just understand my local market here in Surrey, BC, in the Fraser Valley. And I firmly believe that we can come out of this if we do it responsibly as a whole. And the number one way to do that is to make money expensive again. We need to start now, but we need to do it slowly. However, at the exact same time, it is becoming my opinion that the Government of Canada and the Bank of Canada are failing to learn from the past. I mean, I think we all know what's going to happen, but they just seem to be talking themselves into trying to kick that football again. Even though we all know that if you wait too long to increase rates, you usually need to increase them too fast, which then causes things to come crashing down. It's almost like we've seen this before. Apologies for that Charlie Brown reference for anybody under 40. Just go look it up. If you're interested in selling your property before you see 15 or 20% get skimmed off the top, you can book a call with me right down below in the description with just a few simple clicks at a time that works best for you. You can also download our Informed Buyer's Guide or apply to my mentorship group while you're down there. Check out one of my latest videos about the problem with the Canadian real estate market. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more of my terrible opinions. If you haven't already, please click the like button and we'll see you in a couple of days.